Alright, everybody. Welcome back to another video. I wanted to make a quick little video today, just giving my review on Subnautica 2. Um, Mostly because I'm very happy and I'm very impressed with this game. Um, it it takes a lot. It takes a lot to match the energy of Subnautica 1. And I feel like the magic of Subnautica 1 was was the fact that like nothing could beat that first playthrough. Because going in blind to this big old ocean, like it was it was it was beautiful because it wasn't your regular survival game where it kind of just tells you what you need to do next. It kind of like it had everything there and it was pushing you to the right direction, but it would never tell you. It was a show don't tell type of thing. And being able to go through that story blind and figuring out all the pieces by listening to like the PDAs and everything like that was a really cool experience. And I feel like it's something that they're doing a really good job at replicating with Subnautica 2. Um, Going in blind to Subnautica 2, uh, I played it. I played it for around like I want to say 4 hours for my first session, and it had me hooked. Like the way that it starts is cool. It leaves you in this very dark area, and you kind of just have to like maneuver yourself through like a very dark area, and it was interesting. I was like, this is different from how they started Subnautica 1. Because in Subnautica 1, the Aurora crashes and all the life pods get ejected, and you get knocked out. Next thing you know, you wake up and you're on the ocean looking at the Aurora. Um, but this, you're already crashed, like you're already gone, and like we don't even know what the name of the ship is until you like talk to Noah for the first time in the life pod. Um, but I think they're doing a great job with how they're doing the story. It's a little bit more handholdy than Subnautica 1, and I'm saying that mostly because um whenever Noah tells you to go look at a black box, which is like the PDA telling you to go check out the life pods in Subnautica 1. Um it kind of just tells you what you need to get in terms of like fragments and surviving and everything like that, way more than it did in Subnautica 1. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but it is something that I noticed. And to be honest, I think it's a pretty good change, and I think it should be a little bit more handholdy because a lot of people these days kind of need that handholdiness. But yeah, I think they're doing a great job at still letting you experience the story, but not making it like right in your face to where you need to like get annoyed by it. But but another thing that I liked going blind into was the creatures and the fauna too. The fauna is really cool in this game. Um, I think I think the coral domes, um, I am currently playing through Subnautica 1 while I'm waiting for updates for Subnautica 2. And like just playing them both side by side, um something that I really like is the coral domes because with these you kind of know where quartz is going to be. You have the giant coral tubes in Subnautica 1, but they're very spread out and far and few between. Um, but the coral domes are like everywhere. If you see a big hunk of orange, there's probably going to be quartz. So just having like a general area for some resources was kind of cool, and it helped me a lot with resource, like gathering resources and everything. So like the fauna being able to be very useful, and not just like gameplay mechanics, but like just the setting of the game. It was a really cool thing for me. Um, and like all the other plants, like the little electric ones that you might have seen underneath my base, or like the one I'm kind of looking at right now. But yeah, like it's interesting. It's interesting to look around and look at all the cool plants and cool animals, and uh, just everything that the world kind of shows you while you move through it. Like those like acid pouches, the purple things that you see on your screen. Um, those are like the acid mushrooms of Subnautica 2, and just looking at those, I was like, "Whoa, this is cool!" And I accidentally hit it instead of like gathering it, and it like pops you in the face with acid, and it's really cool. But yeah, scanning everything is going to be like second nature to any Subnautica player ever, and oh my god, if I had all the time in the world, I would just keep reading. Well, I mean, I do, but I would keep just reading the PDA files on like every single plant that I scan. Um, like the amount of detail that they put into the details of like a random flower or a random like mushroom or something like that is really interesting to read into. And not even just the fauna, the creatures too. I mean, obviously a staple of Subnautica is its creatures, but like I'm gonna be honest, Reaper Leviathans are nothing now. They are nothing now. Um, we have 3 new Leviathans in Subnautica 2, and I'm not going to say them uh, because I really want you guys to play the game for yourselves and experience it for yourselves. As I said, going into this game blind is like one of the best things that you could do. Um, but there's 3 new Leviathans, and each one, when I found each one, they they're crazy looking. They're awesome looking. One of them has a very unique AI, and it's it's being worked on so much. And I was reading into some of the developer logs and everything like that, and they're working on developing the AI for this Leviathan to be absolutely just like a terrifying force. Like it's going to be insanely smart, but you can throw a flare in the other direction, and it will follow the flare instead of you. Uh, but like there's so many ways that you're going to be able to get around it and like mess with its AI, and there's going to be so many ways that the Leviathan can like mess with you. It's so cool to me. But like people who've gone past the orange barrier, there's a Leviathan out there that kind of works as like the or the ghost reaper from Subnautica 1, and that one's scary looking. That one's so cool. um and then there's a third one that took me a long time to find. Like I'm playing Subnautica with a friend in this gameplay, and I was telling him how like after we found the first one, I was like, okay, I know that there's a second one, and we went to go find the second one. We found the second one, and then I went on Instagram like the next day, and I heard something about a third Leviathan, and I was like, but I thought I explored everything, but I didn't explore one spot, and this last Leviathan is just sitting there. You wouldn't think it's a Leviathan until you like actually interact with it, and then yeah, another Leviathan class life form. But I feel like learning that through Instagram was a little bit of a disservice to the game, but like even then, like just hearing that little bit of information that there was a third, I was like, okay, I need to go find this. And then like my explorer brain turned on, and I immediately wanted to go look at it. Um, but yeah, exploring in this game is amazing, and I really think that you guys sh- should go into it blind. Don't look anything up. Like, go into it blind and explore for yourself. Especially like there's developer secrets that they kind of just like hid. I've only found two so far, but they're pretty silly, and they were awesome to find. But like just hearing that through like something else, it takes away how funny it is. But with all the good comes the bad, and the glitches and bugs started to happen, and one I didn't find too many bugs, but one of the main bugs that I had was what I like to call tadpole warping, and what that was like I would travel with my tadpole. I feel like this only happens in multiplayer servers because obviously it's going to be a little bit glitchy in multiplayer games, but when I was in my tadpole, I would go really far away, and then I would get out of my tadpole. And when I got out of my tadpole, it would teleport me back to where I originally was, like when I first got into the tadpole. And it would take a while, but it would snap me back to where my tadpole actually was and where I wanted to get out. But it happens very frequently in multiplayer lobbies that like it kind of gets annoying sometimes, and I feel like it just happens because of the moments where the game freezes, and like it happens very consistently, but it just freezes, and like you can move around and everything, but like you can't interact with anything. You can't like move things in your inventory. If you are out of oxygen, then you can't make it to the surface. Like even if you go to the surface, it's not going to detect you on the surface, so you can't get any oxygen. um so it was just things like that, but like it's a survival game, and we're not on like hardcore, so like it was pretty easy to bounce back from. But it's just, I don't know, it was little nitpicks. It is early access, so and anything goes a long way at this point. But I was very hesitant. I was very hesitant at first to play Subnautica. And if you've ever heard me talk about Subnautica, or like when Subnautica 2 was getting announced, um my biggest gripe with it was that the multiplayer was going to be my biggest problem. And well, let me rephrase this. I felt like the multiplayer was going to be a problem, not my biggest problem, because I usually play these games alone first. And that's what I did with Subnautica 2. I played it first, and then I kind of held my friend through the start of it, and then we explored together afterwards. But my problem with the multiplayer, I'll finally get on to the point. My problem with the multiplayer was that the thing that captured me the most about Subnautica 1 is how lonely you were. The isolation in Subnautica 1 was peak. You knew, like, whenever you got the signals, you would go towards that signal, and then you would find a destroyed lifeboat, and like every single distress call that you got, you know, like it slowly starts to grow in your mind that there's not going to be anybody to go to these or to respond to in these distress calls. There's going to be nobody there when you go over there, and just having that sinking feeling kind of set in, being like, yeah, there's no hope. You're all on your own. When you keep like exploring, that was a very integral part for my first time playing Subnautica. And I thought the multiplayer in Subnautica 2 was going to ruin that. I thought since there was a multiplayer, it was not going to be as enjoyable, because that's another person to make you feel comfortable, make you feel like at ease, make you feel like secure in going out and exploring. While being alone makes it a lot more riskier to go out and explore, because there's a chance that you might die. And it makes it a lot more riskier because like who knows if you're going to be able to create a plan to get your stuff back, or create a plan to progress the story, or do anything like that. With a partner with up to 4 people, it makes the game really easy. I feel like any multiplayer survival horror, or not even horror, survival game, with anything like that, like it makes it a lot easier. And just like I thought it was gonna be a problem, and it wasn't. So I'm very happy that the multiplayer feels good in terms of gameplay, and in terms of like feeling emotion, like how the game operates in terms of like how you think about it. But also the courtroom drama. I thought that the courtroom drama was going to ruin the game, because like big corporation buys out a smaller corporation and ruins the game because they want their ideas to be like microtransactions or something like that. And gladly, they won the court case, and they're doing really good right now. They need to make it to a quota right now, and just with the first initial launch of the game, in the first 12 hours, they sold 2 million copies of this game. That means that they're like, I think 3/4 of the way to their goal, so then they can get their payout of $250 spread amongst the company. And or $250,000. That's whew, if I had made a mistake on that, I would have died. But yeah, like just that alone, makes me very happy that the game's doing really well. And like, as I said before, I thought it was going to be like, since the big corporation bought the little one, it was just going to ruin the game. So, and you know, I'm fair in thinking that way, because like with a very notable example, Borderlands 4, like it I really like Borderlands 4, but I also see a lot of problems with it. Everybody sees a lot of problems with it. Like things like that. It's just I kind of expected the game to be bad, especially for a sequel of a very anticipated title. Um, but yeah, I would want to say that my experience of the story has been, or not the story, but just the game in general, it has been very, very good. Um, the building, I mean, as you can see in the gameplay, our base is not grandeur, but I call it home. Um, the building in this game is actually really fun, because you can manipulate the segments a lot more. instead of it just being like the one, like if you put down a multi-purpose room, that is the room. Like you can't really mold it into anything. But with Subnautica 2, you can like push the walls out and like make it look how you want, and like grow the windows out so it could take up most of the wall, or you can make it like a submarine where it just like there's little peepholes coming out of it. It's really cool. It's a really in-depth way to do building, and I'm loving it right now. A little bit janky at some points, but it's still very fun and enjoyable to do. Um, as I said before, finding the story is really fun. I'm enjoying listening to the story, um, which I'm very curious to see where they go with this, because I'm not gonna say it. Never mind. But the tree eludes me. I'll say that the tree eludes me, and it seems like it's gonna be a big part of. I mean, it's obviously gonna be a big part of the story. It's like it's the aurora of this game. It's the first thing that you see, but I'm very excited to what they do with it, and the amount of content that they gave us is absolutely amazing. They gave us a lot. They gave us 15 hours worth of content, roughly 15 hours worth of content, just for an early access. And mind you, the early access was only made because of a bit at the beginning of Subnautica 1. So I think they're doing a great job, and I'm really enjoying my time with with Subnautica and everything else that it has to offer. So if I were to leave you with anything, I want to leave you with set aside $30 to buy the game, and just just play it on your off time. Like you don't even need to like dedicate all of your time and be a hardcore gamer about it. Just play it on the side, and you'll definitely enjoy your time. But with that being said, um, don't be sad that it's ending. I mean, I've been going on for 23 minutes now, almost 23 minutes, and it's way longer than I thought it was going to be. But don't be sad that it's ending. Be happy that it's over. And if you want to give your thoughts in the comments, and give me criticisms about what I could do better in these videos, and anything else that you would like to say, um, leave them down in the comments. And haha, make sure you like and subscribe. Ding ding. Um, but that being said, have a nice night or day or anything. See ya.
With you all summer and after